Hello, my lovelies. How are you? Happy Wednesday. I hope you're all okay. I hope everyone is well and everybody's doing all right. It's a beautiful, beautiful day here again, which is lovely. It's all lovely here. So we've actually got the shop door open because we needed some air through. It's that warm. We're going to do a little block today. We're going to get crack into it really quickly. Hi, Anne. Because I haven't really got anything new to tell you, I don't think. The Lucky Dip is still on if anybody wants to do that. It's £35 worth of fabric and a little bit of haberdashery for £20. That's on the website. It's completely random, but you'll get more than your sort of value's worth. Hi Jean, hi Kate. Then anything else I was going to tell you? There will be a coronation raffle. Okay, so Sean's sorting it all out at the moment. It will be royal themed. It's going to be slightly more expensive, so it will be £5 a ticket rather than £3 a ticket. But the prize is like £300 worth rather than 180. Okay, so that we'll keep an eye out for that. That will be happening over the weekend. I think it's probably going to be Saturday, but keep an eye out for it. We're just really busy trying to get ready for a Chanda because it was a really quick turnaround this time. Because we've got Malvern, we had to bring it forward, so we've only had like 2.5 weeks between visits, so it's been quick turnaround. Hi Nikki, hi Marilyn, hi Jane, hello my lovely. Oh, it's nice to see by you too. Brilliant. So I'm going to do a little block today, which I don't know what to call. So I'm going to run a challenge post to name the block. So what I'll do is I will put up after this a little Facebook post, and I want you all to give your suggestions for naming the block, okay? And then the one that I choose will win a little prize. I'll find something cute for you, okay? But yeah, I don't know what to name it. I really can't think of anything. It's a traditional block, but I've put a bit of a modern twist on it, as I always do. So we're going to crack straight on with this. We're going to go over to the overhead. Hopefully we're over here now. So the block that I did originally was this one, which is really traditional block. I'm using, I've kind of changed it for a charm pack. So that I can use a charm pack, and I'm using the brand new one from Filigree because I'm making a sample in it for Ready for a Chanta in next month, not this month. So it's really beautiful. It's got script in it. It's got these beautiful big dots, which I just love these big dots. This script in there as well, really nice, lovely. Some really quick. I think it's brilliant if you're making for a bloke maybe, or a teenager, and you don't necessarily want, lots and lots of florals. You've got these really quirky, funky fabrics. Absolutely love it. It is all on the website, and we have got boltage of it as well. So the block I did originally was this one. Okay, so you can see I've just used a charm pack in the middle, and I've used 2 of the fabrics as accent fabrics each time. And the whole idea is it kind of hopefully looks like this one is sat on top of these 2. You can see it's in different, same accent fabrics, but I've used a different charm pack in the middle. And I was like, oh, it's a bit boring. How can I jazz this up? So we're going to put it on point. Okay, so we're going to put it onto point like this, so that when you sort of do that, you've got something that looks a little bit different. Okay, and I'm using different background fabrics, so I've kept my accent fabrics the same round the charm pack here, but I'm using different fabrics to make the on point bit, the triangles for it that go on point. Okay, so it's a very quick one. In fact, honestly, this is going to be the quickest 1 o'clock ever, I think, because it makes up really quickly. I'm going to have to just talk nonsense. So what you need for each block is you need a charm pack square or any 5-inch square. Okay, you could cut this all out of your stash if you wanted to. Hi everyone, hello Karen. Charm pack square. Okay, then from your accent fabrics you will need, I've lost my background fabrics. Fine, hang on, I'll take them out of here. It's fine, I'll grab them out of here because I've got other ones ready cut. So from your accent fabric you're going to need a 2 3/4 inch square and a 2 3/4 by 5 inch rectangle. All right, And then from your second accent fabric, which again, I've lost the... I thought I was all ready and I'm not, I've lost it. You need exactly the same from a second accent fabric. So a 2 3/4 inch square and a 2 3/4 by 5 inch rectangle. And then from your background fabrics, you need 2 2 3/4 inches and then 2 2 3/4 by 5 inch. Okay, so that. And then for your triangles to put on point, you're going to want, now, I cut these as 7.5 because I'm really confident with my, it sounds very big-headed, sorry about that. I'm confident with my my 1/4 inch and doing the block. Okay, so I've cut 7.5 inch squares and 2 of them and cut them in half diagonally, so I've got 4 triangles. If you're a little bit worried about squaring up and a little bit worried about your 1/4 inch and whatever, and you're sort of, you know, quick make these 8 inches. Okay, make them 8 and square down afterwards. But I cut 7.5 and 2 of them, and then cut them in half to give them my 4 triangles. Okay, so we're going to make this bit of the block first. Okay, really, really nice and simple, and then I'll show you how to put it on point. So we're going to start by, we're just going to grab my accent squares and my background squares, and we're going to chain piece those together. It does not matter which way round they go, like that. And I'm going to do the same with my background rectangles and my accent rectangles, and they are going to go together on the short edge. So we're going to chain piece all of that on the short edges. Okay, so over to the machine, my darlings. It's over here. Let's say hello. Hello, my lovely. How are you, Claire? Hopefully we're working over here. It's very similar, like Start to Look Up. Yeah, it is kind of, but... And then it was a bit like a card trick block, you know, where you've got, it looks like they're kind of sat on top of each other. But I couldn't find it. It was out of an old book that I had, you know, the original block. And I was like, well, it's a bit boring. Let's put it on point. Let's put it on point and see what happens. So, yeah, so I'm going to do a little challenge post for... So I'm just 1/4 inch in on all the short edges. Really nice and quickly, chain piecing. Okay. So I thought, let's do a little challenge post for you guys. Ah, I found the square. Oh, and I found that as well. It's all on the floor. The bits I lost, they're on the floor. Let's do a little challenge post and you guys can name this block. It doesn't have to be what the block reminds you of. You could name it after yourself, or, you know, a friend, or, I know, anything at all. You decide what we're going to name this block. Okay, so I'm just going to snip those apart, and we're going to go back over here. There we go. And hi Carrie, how are you, lovely Claire? Like this block? You've loads of charm packs. Love on point blocks, and me, I like an on point block. It's nice and easy to do. So I'm just going to iron it all to the darker fabric, so away from the background. There's also no nesting with this block as well, so you haven't really got to worry about your points. It's brilliant if you want a really quick quilt. Honestly, I made 8 blocks last night, and it probably only took me like an hour. It took me longer to cut it all than it did to actually sew them together. So we're going to sew on these ones like that, either side of one of your charm squares. Just the only thing you've got to think about is make sure they're in opposite sides. Okay, so I've got my accent fabric at the bottom here, accent fabric at the top there. Sorry, I've just realised I've come a bit low. There we go, like that. All right, doesn't matter which way round it is. If you've got a directional fabric and you want them to sit a certain way, so like all my blocks are going to have the yellow at the top and the grey at the bottom, so you might, I mean, none of these fabrics are directionals, but if you've got directional fabrics, you might want to think about that, which way it is. They don't have to be the same colour accent on every block. You could do these as different colours if you wanted to. I'm just keeping it as a quick overall theme looking quilt. So we're going to pop that one on there like that, chuck a pin in there, and then I can flap around, and then I'm going to put that one on that side, and I'm going to stitch down both sides. Okay, like that. Okay, so I'm going to stitch those 2 sides. There we go. The block will be very quick by the look of it. It really is lovely. Yeah, it's a very, very quick stitching block. Genuinely, I made loads. I made 8 blocks last night, and it took me about an hour. really did take me longer to cut all my pieces out than it did to stitch it together. Oh no, what's going on with my machine? Something's caught. There we go. I was looking at sewing machines as well last night. I think I've beaten this one up so much. She gets so much use and travel around the country and hammered. I think I might have killed her a little bit. She's playing up a bit, so I might have to. I'm just going to press these out. Actually, no, let's go back over here and do it with you. Okay, so we're going to press those out like that. Okay, like that. Oh, there we go. So it goes that way. Just very quickly press that, and I'm going to press it. Doesn't matter which way you press it. I'm just pressing these out because I find that easier. So I've pressed them towards the little bits, but they can be pressed inwards. That's fine too. And then you're just going to add on that one to the bottom. So you've got colour matching colour, and this one's going to go on the top. So again, colour matching colour here. We're going to put those on. But there's, as you can see, there's no seam nesting or anything. Nice and easy. And if you do all your cutting and then just chain piece away, super, super quick quilt to make. Okay, so I'm going to do those two sides. So have any of you got any plans for Saturday? Any of you watching the coronation? Is it something you're interested in? Are you having a party? Are you going to sit and watch it? It is, of course, Sarah Jane's birthday, which is first and foremost the most important thing on Saturday. But we both do actually want to watch some of the coronation as well. So Phil's going to, not that he knows this yet, but it's happening. Phil's going to cook brunch for everybody, and we're going to sit and drink mimosas and watch the coronation. And then, depending on the weather, might carry on day drinking. There we go. So that's the centre of the block done, and you could leave it like this if you wanted to. So if we come over here, you could absolutely use this block like this. You don't have to put it on point. This is what the original block was. It comes out at 9.5 inches. And if you did different charm cuts, charm pack squares there and different accent fabrics, it would make a beautiful block, beautiful quilt. So give that a good press. Just make sure that's all going the same way. There we go. That one seam doesn't want to lie flat. Lie flat. There we go. Okay, so you can see that that's the block. And you could absolutely, when you put them together, you could do it like this. You would have to nest this little seam here, but we can put them together and they create lovely secondary patterns. So you've got this, hang on, move it up a weeny bit. So you've got this lovely sort of like cross happening in the centre, different charm packs here, so you can absolutely use it like that. There's no reason why not. There's no need to do anything more to it if you don't want to. However, you know what I'm like, oh, what else can I do to this? What can I do? So, on point. Well, so I cut these 7.5 inch squares. Again, I did it by trial and error. I got a piece of paper. Phil was just like, oh, you can use Pythagoras' theorem or something. I don't know, Carolyn, if that's right. But you can use this theorem, blah, 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 and work it out. And I was like, oh, I've got a bit of paper, I'll work it out. Basically, the diagonal of the triangle needs to be long enough plus a little bit, 1/4 inch either side, a little bit more than 1/4 inch. I went with like 1/2 inch either side of the side of your square. So if this was 9.5, I wanted this to be 10. And by cutting 7.5 inch squares, cutting them in half, I got that right. Apparently there's a proper mathematical way of doing it, but not that mathematical. Jane, you're going to London with your daughter, staying overnight and afternoon tea, but lovely. Jean, you're heading away on a holiday Saturday morning. Nice. Where are you going? Anything lovely? Anywhere nice? So what you want to do is find the centre of the diagonal. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this in half like that and just finger press a little crease in. And these lines here are the exact half of the block. So it's nice and easy again. So I'm going to line up that crease with the seam there. Like that. Pop a pin in. Okay, and because it's a nice size block, we can then go around to this side, do 2 at a time. So do opposites with this. you'll find it easier. Find the center, line it up with that center seam there, like that. I'm going to stitch those down, and then we're going to come back and put this one on. Okay, so back over we go. Block's nearly done, guys. What do you reckon? I reckon without me yabbiting on, each block will take about 4 minutes, 5 at a push. Where are you going for afternoon tea, Jane? Anywhere nice? Anywhere posh? I've always wanted to do Claridge's for afternoon tea, like really, really traditional. I'd probably be very disappointed. It's probably one of those things that like, oh no. So, but Jean, you're getting the Eurostar on Saturday morning, changing trains in Paris and heading to Catalonia. Oh, lovely. Well, that sounds exciting. Do you not like to fly, Jean? Is that why you do the Eurostar, or is it just you like the train travel? Phil and I did the Eurostar last time to Amsterdam, and I have to say it was brilliant. It's really, really lovely. It was so easy to do. Don't have to worry about luggage allowances or anything like that, which was great. And really comfortable. You could get up and walk around, get yourself a cup of tea on the train. It was fantastic. I would absolutely do it again. Don't get me wrong, I love to fly. It's, you know, doesn't bother me at all. I love flying. But if I was doing like a short trip, you know, a trip like that again, I would absolutely do it. So I'm ironing it out, or pressing it out, sorry, towards the triangle. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with the other triangles on the other two opposite sides. So like that. So where else is everybody out going on holiday this year? Have you got holidays booked? I'm off for a week in July. We're going to try and get a little sneaky few days away. But our big holiday this year is in Catalonia with, there's 32 of us going, I think it is, in total, when Phil and I renew our vows. So, family holiday for my 50th and a bit of romantic nonsense in there as well. Right, we're going to stitch down those as well now. So what's that lovely? Jeff likes trains and it's a rail discovery holiday, flying from Glasgow to London on Friday. Oh, nice. Not heard of rail discovery. I'm going to have a little look at that. Sean did a load of gigs around, because Sean loves music. She does a lot of gigs and things. And was it last year? Oh, it might have been before. Oh, it might have been before COVID now. I remember it's not very good. But she did a whole, like, gigs all around Europe. She'd gone for quite a few days and did a load of gigs around Europe. But she used all the trains and said it was brilliant. Jane, you've pushed the boat out because you couldn't celebrate your 60th and 30th due to COVID. So we're staying at Reuben's at the Palace afternoon tea on Saturday. Oh, that sounds amazing, Mrs. That's definitely worth... we'd like some pictures, please, on Gigglers. I'd like pictures of your, if you're allowed to, pictures of your afternoon tea. Was it any good? How delicious was it? Here we go, all the way down. All the way down like that. Oh, that one's just moved slightly. When you get to this little bit here, you've got that funny dog ear. I just lift the guide. Okay, and you're going to Cornwall with your boys and family in July. Lovely. That sounds fantastic, Mrs. There we go, like that. Cornwall's beautiful. Sarah, Dave did it, didn't they? Back February last year, they went because they could like to a dog friendly place and had a little bit of a tour around Cornwall for a little bit, which was nice. They only had like a week, but yeah, when they saw lots of different places, so beautiful down there. We did it as well. When did we do Cornwall? We did just like a caravan holiday with Alex and Tom and my mum. Oh, when we were just like in the break of lockdown, when we just wanted to get away a little bit. Right, okay, so that's your block all done, okay. You wanted to square it up to 13.5 by 13.5, okay. So I'm going to use my big ruler, like this. Okay, and we're going to square this up. So I'm going to start on one side, and I want to make sure I've got a 1/4 inch seam allowance. The first thing I'm going to do is look for my 1/4 inch on that point, like that, okay? And make sure this side that I can get my 13.5 in. And basically all I'm doing is getting rid of kind of the dog ears. and any little bit that's stretched slightly. Excuse me. So I've got a nice straight edge to start on there now. Okay, now I can do my 13.5 this side. Now, I know these rulers, you all say, where do you get that ruler from? I think they're like nigh on impossible to get. But we have managed to get, I think they're on the website, we've got some 15.5 inch rulers, and we've got a 16.5 as well, which is an Olaf one. Oh, excuse me. Got a right tickle today. I was sorting out charm packs this morning, and the fluff and all that came off them was ridiculous. Oh, see, I'm just under there, but it's well within my seam allowance. So I don't know if you can see there, I'm probably about like a 1/16 of an inch under. That'll disappear in my seam allowance. It's fine. I don't worry about things like that. As long as it's within the 1/4 of an inch and it's going to go in the quilt, you can get around things like that. Here we go. I'm just taking off those dog ears there. Okay, so I've only taken off that much, but I think it is worth doing that little step just in case. Oh, excuse me. You're staying at the same place Sarah Jane did. Oh, I think I remember you having the conversation with her now, lovely. Fab. Perhaps Andy from Craft UK can make some rules. Yeah, trouble is he can only go at 17. His machine, his laser printing cutting machine for acrylic, only goes up to 17.5 inches, which is why our ruler, you know, our long thin one, which is here somewhere. Oh no, Phil nicked it the other day, didn't he, for some woodwork? And I was like, well, that's useless now. Is 17.5 inches because that's as long as he can go with. And then what you can do now is put these together. So when we put them together, let me try. I know you're not going to be able to see all of it, but if we do this and this and this, you can see that you end up. So I've got another colour to go in this space here. I've got a black with coloured spots, which will go here. And I've now got, this is, oh, no, hang on, let me turn them so they're all the same way, like that. I wanted them so they've all got the yellow at the top. I've put another one in here, and you end up with these lovely sort of like 1/4 square patterns happening here. Obviously, I need to do another block here. But yeah, it's a really nice, simple block, really, really quick to do. It's brilliant as is by itself, like that. But try putting it on point and see what else can happen. See what else happens. So I'm going to do a little challenge post to name this block. Okay, so that's kind of the block finished, like that. Okay, so I'm going to get you to name the block for me. You can name it whatever you want, and it can be funny, and I'll pull, should I pull it out of the hat? Or if I end up with Blocky McBlockface, I won't be happy, mind. I might pull it out the hat. I might just think that's the name and decide. Okay, I haven't decided how I'm going to judge it yet, so we'll decide. But I'll put a challenge post up, and whoever names the block will win something nice. Okay, fab. So that's it for me today. Super quick one because it's a super quick block. But if you've got a charm pack there, I worked out that I could make 16 blocks from 1/2 metre of 4 fabrics of this background fabric. So if you had 4 different ones of those, and you need 1/2 metre, which will do all of your accents on them, and 16 5-inch squares. You know, obviously you could get more fabric than that and keep going and going and going and make it as big as you like, but 4x4, which is what, 13, hang on, 40, that's a 52 by 52 inch quilt with 16. One for the name you like and one pick out of the bag. There we go, that's good. Cool. What about log on point? I quite like that, Karen, log on point. Yeah, we'll put that in the drawer, lovely. So I could do 2 prizes. So yeah, that's it, I'll do 2 prizes. I will do one for the name that I like, and then I'll do one out of the bag as well, so that there's no discrimination or anything. Sarah's back tomorrow, and I can't for the. Can you hear Sausage screaming? Little man, he's giggling, screaming. It's fun. He's obviously wrestling with Josh, but I'm like 3 rooms away from him, and the noise coming through is unbelievable. Sarah's back tomorrow, but Sarah, I can't remember what you're doing. Not for the life of me. Can't remember what she's doing. So, but she'll be here tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And I will see you all next Tuesday. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. Hope you all, I know, we're going to, well, join me in wishing Sarah happy birthday on Saturday. And maybe join us for, virtually join us for a little mimosa or something. I wait to see what Phil's going to cook for brunch as well. I'm hoping he's going to do like, I don't know, smashed avocado and poached eggs, but I don't think Sarah can have avocado, so I think it might be, I know, we'll come out. I'll find out what Sarah wants for brunch and make Phil cook it. How's my new sewing room going? Brilliantly, thank you. I'm loving the space. It's really nice in here. It's nice and bright. But I still haven't sorted out all the rubbish that's just in boxes under there. All the rubbish. You can have avocado. Smashed avocado, a little bit of chilli, poached egg. Just as maybe one bit option for brunch. Maybe some really crispy bacon. We'll see. Anyway, I'm just waffling now. So I will see you all next Tuesday. Take care, my darlings. Bye.